investment returns. Okay. Alright, let's see what happens here now. Nasha Town actually looks pretty big from here. Feels a bit different than Paimon imagined, though. Which aspects in particular deviated from your expectations? Paimon keeps hearing people describe Nod-Krai as an adventurous paradise, so she kind of thought it'd be a bit more picture-perfect somehow. According to legend, there was indeed an era of peace in Nod-Krai's past, the Age of the Fae. Tales of those ancient heroes are still sold today. One of the most well-known is that of the Lantern Fae. This individual performed many good deeds for Nod-Krai. Present-day Lightkeeper's nightly lantern patrols are, in part, a tribute to their memory. But then one day, what happened? There came a devastating abyssal calamity that swept across Nod-Krai, and for a time, it was left desolate. Heartbroken by what had become the land they had so cherished, that Fae extinguished their light, just as the abyss had extinguished all hope. Nowadays, the paradise people speak of is more of an aspiration, or an irony. Today, no official authority governs Nod-Krai. In theory, at least, it is somewhere a person can do whatever they wish and become whoever they want to be. So it's a lawless paradise. The Adventurers Guild is just over there, in Nasha Town Central Plaza, and the flagship tavern is over that way. What's that building over there? You know, the tallest one. That is Aino's Boom and Blast Kuvaki energy cannon. It gets activated when the Wild Hunt threat level outside Nasha Town reaches a certain threshold. According to the scan I just ran, the energy cannon appears to be malfunctioning, likely due to a recent discharge. Wild Hunt? Isn't that the abyssal calamity you mentioned that's specific to Nod-Krai? Does it pose a great threat to the people living here? Does it happen often? It is a phenomenon that has been occurring for several centuries now. Yet the time and location of Wild Hunt attacks are seemingly random. At first, it was more of an old wives' tale that adults used to scare children. If you don't start behaving, kids, some night the Wild Hunt's gonna come for you. Listen, do you hear that? The weeping of the fog. Those are the cries of the young women being dragged away. You're saying people actually hear things like that? I have not witnessed enough Wild Hunt attacks to give a statistically sound answer. But the oldest legends say that all people saw was a ghostly shadow of a woman in the mist. It wasn't until later that it became a full-blown calamity. Abyssal monsters and all. When you put it like that, Paimon's really got to hand it to Aino. Not only did she repair you, but she's even built a giant cannon to keep the Wild Hunt at bay. Absolutely. Aino is very impressive indeed. According to my schedule, it's time I took you over to the flagship. Oh, sure. After all, we shouldn't keep Varka waiting, though. Paimon's not sure if he'll actually show up at the bar this early. Have faith in the people of Mondstadt, Paimon. As far as they're concerned, any o'clock is bar o'clock. You're right about that. Oh, Mondstadt is the land of the free. And what's more free than drinking? Where's the Aino building? I want to go to the Aino building. Let's stack. What is here? Nefer looks like she has something to say. Oh? Might you have any special gadgets in stock? Special mechanism, you say? Well, that depends on what you need, Lady Nefer. Our shop has plenty of fine goods to choose from. It all depends on what you're willing to offer. Wait, are there interactions based on a character you have in your party? Did they actually add something like that? That's actually kind of cool. May take some time to track down, but if the spare parts happen to fall into the river, at least we have some reliable friends who could help retrieve them. But if they're just scattered anywhere, Then I'll be counting on you, Mr. Lestock. Come to think of it, I just had someone purchase some Fanta the other day. I'll send you a few later as thanks. Much obliged, Lady Nefer. If we do manage to find the parts, I'll have them delivered to you straight away, rest assured. Miss Jehoda was last year. She seemed rather interested in this toy. Now, I might just imagined it, but would you mind bringing it to her as well? Huh. Interesting. So other characters can have interactions now with people that are around. Oh, there's a chest here. Research looks promising indeed, but I could really do with someone to help me out. Let me help! You just need to hit these bots in a short time, and don't worry, they're collecting fluid impact force data. As to how they'll be arrayed, I'll leave that up to you. Stable formation. Hit all the robots. Oh! That's easy! I could really do with someone to help me out. Help again. As to how they'll be arranged. Glorious formation. Oh, this one would be good for Mavwika. Alright, and there should be just two more. An array of hope. Let's go with that. Oh, this one's going to need to be this again. Let me help. Tell her of the pigeons at the Mondstadt City Gate. Oh god, this looks so fucking difficult. Oh, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting a lot more from that. Oh. Saying there's still a treasure. Oh, it's right here. That treasure was blending pretty well. From every corner of Teyvat. Oh, Nefer wants to say something here as well. Any special fruits in stock? Take a look. What kind of fruit were you hoping to eat? So Nefer has some unique interactions, okay? What do you have in this store? Anything unique? Well, yeah, rye. I'm going to need to start buying a lot of those. Go up? Oh, this is a lift. Okay. That's pretty neat. Before I forget, I should probably end up... Probably activate this real quick. Catherine and Nod-Krai actually gets the clock out? Anyway, let's come back later. Huh. Okay, then. First off, where is the statue at? The statue is somehow somewhere behind me? Because I would like to find this statue first. Okay, whenever I see those things, it means there's a chest somewhere in that vicinity. I want to find this statue before I actually do anything, because I would like to be able to access the... Help me? Yay! More! I can do this again! Ride the moon wave! Ride the moon wave. Wait, is this the same one I was just at earlier? Yeah, it is. What the hell? Okay. So just come back over here. And the statue is right here. Okay. Statue of the New Moon. The world opens itself before those with noble hearts. The Moon Goddess. Worship the statue? Okay. There's a chest in this vicinity over here somewhere. Found it! Alright, let's go back to the flagship for now. I don't want to get too far. Still not enough. Let's finally go and meet the Grand Master for the Knights of Favonius, Varka. It's about time we actually met this guy. I'm sorry. That just threw me for a loop. Why is a Melazine here? Melazine, 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 Melazine. Give me those. Flagship right over here. Enter the flagship. It is finally time for us to find and meet Varka. Here we are, the flagship. Varka told us to meet him here in his letter, right? Let's see. Varka. Paimon, you don't even know what Varka looks like. That's the unfortunate thing. We've never met him. We don't know what he looks like yet. So he isn't here after all. Guess we did actually say we'd be arriving today. No, we never did say. Why don't we go ask the owner? If what they have to say is true, Varka's drinking prowess must have left quite the impression. Eh? Well, if it isn't the ineffable Nefa. Hello there, Damien. You know each other? Of course, Nefa's a regular here at the flagship. So robots are into booze too? Not at all. The energy conversion efficiency of alcohol drinks is very low, and most of them are full of impurities. Still, I can affirm that your berries and fried meats deserve a solid 9.12 out of 10. It has Aino's approval, too. Funny that you should mention that. While you were away in Natlan, Varka would come in here every day to pick up a serving of berries and fried meat for Aino. He must have been worried sick if she wasn't eating properly on account of being so hung up about Nefa being gone. Actually, it's because Varka found out that Aino went wild after Nefa left, gorging herself on snacks she normally couldn't get her hands on. So was more worried that she wasn't getting a balanced diet. Nefa, are you basically Aino's mother? I think I might have just put my foot in it. Anyway, since you're back from Natlan, these two must be the ones the Varka mentioned. Traveler and Paimon, yes? Yep, that's us. So from the sounds of it, you must be a close friend of Varka's too. Varka. Goes without saying, after all, he's the only one around here who's ever managed to stay standing after 10 rounds. A roulette special. Paimon can't believe he's made such a name for himself. Though I guess it's hardly surprising. Do you know where he is now? Right now, must be somewhere near Amsvartner. That's quite far from here. Where's that? It's a lake in the northern part of Nod-Krai. Word reached him about trouble brewing around these parts, so he took the night to check it out. So we missed him? Typical Mondstatter, coming and going like the wind. Varka knew you'd say that, so he specifically told me to make sure you stayed here and enjoyed yourself. He sends his assurances that everything's under control. Well, if he's that confident, guess our only option is to accept. Anyway, it's not like there's any special cause for concern. He is the Grand Master, after all. Exactly. Plus, not only has he booked you into our finest room, he's paid for it in advance, too. That's so generous of him. We might not have met yet, but Paimon's got a feeling that we'll get along with Varka like a house on fire. Oh, by the way, he asked me to serve up a portion of berries and fried meat for Inefa. That was prepaid as well. Thank you. No, thank you. I'm the one who should be grateful for your business. Why don't you go ahead and drop off your luggage? I can use this time to go pick up some components that Aino asked me to bring back. Sure thing. Besides, now that we've got ourselves a map, once we're done unpacking, we might as well go for a stroll ourselves. Why don't we meet up again later? Oh, so you no longer require navigational assistance? No worries, we should be fine. We got a rough idea of our way around town, so Paimon's reasonably confident we shouldn't get too lost. Thank you. This translates into an appropriate time saving of 30%, meaning I'll be able to see Aino about 45 minutes earlier than previously projected. You must miss her a lot too. In that case, we'd better get a move on. Oh, okay. Is it this room? Yes, it is. This room actually looks kind of cool. Feels pretty nice having someone sort out our food and lodging for us, huh? But is this really the flagship's best room? It's pretty big, make no mistake, but it looks a little worn out. Though, to be perfectly honest, that feels right at home with everything we've seen of Natchitown. A town built among ruins, forsaken in the wake of a calamity. I mean, it's got something to do with Nod-Krai's history. That makes sense, but what exactly was this calamity? Paimon, stop thinking about only food! Should we try the berries and fried meat too? Paimon's getting hungrier and hungrier every time someone mentions it. Oh! Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't watching where she was going. Please, there's no need to apologize. If anything, I'm the one who should be sorry. Clearly, I shouldn't have gotten lost in my thoughts in the middle of a hallway. Oh, he looks kind of cool. Wait a sec, are you staying in the room next to ours? Quite the perceptive one, I see. First things first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kyril Kudomorovich Flins. But please, just call me Flins. What are you counting? That's an impressively long name for sure. Is that so? Names like mine ought to have been fairly common in Shniznaya, at least in the past. Would I be correct then to assume that the two of you are travelers in this land? Yep, you sure would be. Paimon is Paimon, this is a traveler. We've been to a bunch of nations already, but we've only just arrived in Nod-Krai today. Hello. What a rare honor it is to meet such worldly travelers. Are you here for travel too? If only I had time to spare. No, I'm just staying the night. Oh, so you're here for business? That's certainly one way to put it. I am a ratnik of Nod-Krai, normally stationed near burial grounds to the north. My sole cause for being here today was to repair this lantern of mine. He makes me think of a will-o-wisp. Something off about that lantern. The burial grounds? Your surprise is entirely understandable. Most people cannot even begin to fathom the idea of a life surrounded by tombstones and decay. But if you've heard of the calamitous abominations that is the Wild Hunt, you'll know that in their wake they bring a host of souls, tainted by abyssal filth. That, then, is why we are stationed by the burial grounds, to hold the line where it is most vulnerable. Oh, so it's all about fighting against the abyss. Sounds like a tough job. I thank you for your concern, but in truth, I've long since grown used to it. In fact, I like to think it rather suits me. If anything, I'd say I prefer the peace and quiet of a graveyard to the hustle and bustle of urban life. Paimon sorta gets it now, but even so, she's still pretty sure she could never get used to living in a graveyard herself. For one thing, she'd be too scared to fall asleep at night. Paimon, don't be a little whiny baby. Graveyards aren't that scary. Oh, I assure you, there's no need to worry on that account. The kind of ghosts you find in cemeteries aren't too big on talking. But even when they do, they're usually far more discreet than the living. Oh, would you look at that? Who'd have thought we'd end up chatting this long? Must have a lot in common, huh? Forgive me, but I must excuse myself, for the time of my appointment draws near. And in terms I'm sure you'll understand, a lanternless ratnik is like a mapless traveler. Serious conundrum indeed. He has an electrovision. Oh, sure. In that case, you go right ahead. We won't keep you any longer. Not at all. Should the opportunity present itself, I'd gladly continue our conversation another time. You're always welcome to come visit my grave. I mean, the grave I stand watch over. Your visit would bring much-needed light to that place of final rest. Right, well, if we get the chance, then allow me to wish you a traditional ratnik's farewell. See you by the gravesite. Bye-bye. He's a pretty cool dude. What a weirdo. Paimon! Don't be mean! Not to badmouth him and all. In fact, he seemed pretty cultured. But at the same time, kind of spooky. Must be all that time he spent around graveyards. Did you notice anything strange about his lantern? His lantern? No, not really. You mean because it was broken? Like there was something inside. Guess you've always had a nose for stuff like this. If you're worried, you can always ask him next time we cross paths. Sure thing. Guess that'll be by the gravesite. Don't you start spouting all that weird stuff too! Paimon is chicken butt. Oh, oops. I went in someone's room. Paimon, chicken butt. Let's leave the flagship. Paimon almost forgot something super important. Spit it out then. Weren't we gonna go try out the berries and fried meat? Must have let that craving by the graveside. But now heading all the way back to the flagship feels like such a waste. Please accept today's boon. Come night or day, may the blessings of the moon goddess shine down upon you. I wanted this chick when she was summonable, but I wasn't able to get her. Looks like they're handing out food. Free food? People here are so nice. Let's grab some too. I'm super curious about what their food tastes like. Moonlight illuminates the path before you, travelers from afar. How'd you know we were travelers? Just now were a song the birds in the sky singing of your wanderings. You are no ordinary guests, it seems. The birds in the what now? Forgive me, I should not have laid the words of others out as a welcome mat for our very first meeting. You too must be wondering who I am. I am Lauma, Moon Chanter of the Frost Moon Scions. Please, as do our followers and other passerbys, accept today's boon. Happy to oblige. Paimon's name is Paimon, and this here is Traveler. Thank you so much for sharing your yummy food with us. We'll take one each. You have our sincere gratitude. Think nothing of it. These fruits were the finest we found, delicacies gathered in the wake of the morning dew. It is my hope that partaking of them may lift your spirits to heights anew. The finest you found? Wow, that sure is kind of you. Wouldn't you want to keep those for yourself as well? The first fruit of the harvest must be placed upon the moonlight altar, not as an offering to the gods, but as a spark for lost hunters. For it is the blade of the starving that darkness most easily corrupts. As perhaps you have already heard, we Frostmoon Scions revere and worship the moon goddess. We believe that together virtue and compassion are the shining light that will lead us all out of the long dark night. And now with tides of haughty Fatui swarming in the Nod-Krai, driven by greed and greed alone, more than ever before we must all unite under the banner of virtue. Look who it is again. Those unsufferably kind-hearted Frostmoon Scions. Got enough for us too? That's right, 2 servings each. We're starving over here. After what you've been doing to our sacred statues, how dare you even show your faces? Vilhelmina, bestow today's boon upon our guests. You hear that? No slacking now. We'll have the very best you've got. But my lady, Please, you two accept this meal. But remember this, kindness is the first lantern left to guide those who stumble in ignorance. Come again. Let me finish. But should they refuse to follow the moonlit path, then by our frosted blades shall we show them its shadow. You! Hey, look who it is. Whatever. Just you wait, we'll be coming for you next. There's a meat. Who wants to eat this garbage? Don't be ungrateful, you bastards! Those stooges really are the worst. Ever since they came to Nod-Krai with all their weird equipment and built that so-called Experimental Design Bureau, our lives have been turned completely upside down. Judging from how they reacted just now, it seems the Fatui already know who you are. Old grudges die hard. Well, we have gotten in their way pretty much every nation we visited, so they're probably at the top of their blacklist by now. I see. Then on behalf of the Frostmoon Scions, I thank you for the goodwill you have shown us. Why thank me? Because if they had gotten ahead of themselves just now, I'm sure you would have stepped in to help. Just as the birds and beasts put it, your arrival heralds joy to us all. Besides, for a weary traveler far from home, what better respite than to bathe in the moonlight? It seems like a lot of this is rhyming, weirdly enough. You will always be welcome at the Frostmoon Enclave, the place where we call our home. Thanks for your kind invitation. We'll swing by when we get a chance. I'll do the first option. May we meet again in the moon's gentle glow. These are delicious, so refreshingly fresh. Those 2 Fatui wouldn't know a good thing if it came up and bit them on the shoulder. Looks like Inefe isn't done with their shopping yet, and the Adventurers Guild is still empty. Where should we head next? Why don't we follow the map and travel guide? Good idea. Wouldn't want to let that Kuhenki down, after all. Paimon, why do you keep putting on those glasses and fake mustache? Don't fall behind. Tell me don't fall behind, but... Nuts and nuts. Okay. Mostly a fruit shop, there's a crafting bench. Speranza, one of the travel guide's recommended restaurants. All the waiters here are kids. Vesnici Prole... Why does this also sound like Italian stuff? What region is Nod-Krai based on, I wonder? I'm gonna look that up real quick. Nod-Krai based on what? Slavic-inspired autonomous region, likely influenced by Poland and Czechia. I think that's how it's said. Okay. Apparently their flowers are all made of metal, so they'll never wilt away. This is a awesome workshop. If you ever need a weapon made, this is the place to go. Here we got the super tall observation deck. See, really far out into the distance. That way's north, and that looks like something built by the Fatui. And then over there to the west, that must be the place Lalma mentioned where the Frostmoon Scions live. What do you think? Even if Anetha kind of stole our limelight earlier, this just goes to prove that Paimon's own tour guiding skills aren't too shabby either. You're the best, Paimon. Now if you could remove the glasses and fake mustache, please. It'd take hundreds of years to practice to beat the best tour guide in all of Teyvat. There must be someone at the Adventurers Guild now. There's already a line forming outside. Looks like we'll finally get to ask about your spaceship, or was there anything else you wanted to stop by first? As a matter of fact, one of the storefront signs caught my eye. Where we go first is completely up to you. Either the Adventurers Guild or the suspicious-looking shop. Word of warning, if we step into that shop, be sure to keep a very close eye on Nomura. Where are we going first then? Oh. Look it in. Looks like it's right here. Oh my god, this is Dory. I saw Dory before they started going into a cutscene. Here you go, and if you ever need anything else, don't forget to make Great Lord Sangama Bay your first port of call. Oh dear, so it is the real deal. Of course it's the real deal. Everything you find here is 110% real. Meaning every one of my deals is as real as can be. Wait a minute. Oh well, if it isn't my two most valued clients. Long time no see, Dory. Set up a branch all the way out in Nod-Krai now? And with no small thanks to your munificent patronage. Come, how could you just sneak in a Nod-Krai like this without telling your dear Lord Sangama Bay? If I'd known earlier, I would have made an pulled out all the stops to ensure that your boat ride over was as comfortable as humanly possible. You just wanted to make money. Nothing wrong with that, though. Thank the Archons we didn't tell you. Oh, come now, you know as well as anybody how impeccably and consistently above board I am when it comes to doing business. You like to rip people off. Well, regardless of whether that's true or not, the main issue here is we had no idea you had a branch in Nod-Krai. A clever merchant always has a backup plan or two or three up their sleeves. As the saying goes, a rabbit with many burrows fears not the hunter's arrow. A merchant with stores galore hears no debtors at the door. Since you're both here in Nod-Krai, would you care for some of my finest local souvenirs? Whatever you're looking for, I have it. Or if it's Samaria you're missing, I've got that covered too. We literally just arrived. Do we look like we're on a hunt for tourist trinkets to take back to our friends? My, your high-minded taste never cease to impress. In that case, I know just the thing. You must be on the hunt for something like this. What's that, your hat? Information, of course. Information about Nod-Krai. locked securely in the otherwise impenetrable vaults of Lord Sangama Bay's brilliant mind. That is actually what we're after. I knew it. I just knew you'd appreciate the value of my wares. On the back of all our pleasant dealings in the past, I'll even take a hit by throwing in some insider info for free. You're sure feeling uncharacteristically generous today. What do you mean by uncharacteristically? I'm the most generous person. Forget it. Anyway, the long and the short of it is this. The moment I set up shop in Nod-Krai, it struck me how many different factions there were, all competing against each other for power and influence. As they say, no time for business like a crisis. Things got even more turbulent after the Fatui pulled down 2 ancient moons' remnants. People began to catch a whiff of the coming chaos, and the more troubled the waters, the greater the potential profit. Not at all sorry to interrupt, but we're not here for Mora. Oh, really? Surely it was the tales of the adventurous paradise that brought you here. The chance to take your very own slice of all the latest and greatest business opportunities? In that case, what would you like to know about? Oh, there's a lot of information. Would you know anything about a spaceship from the past? A what now? Spaceship? Nope, never heard of anything like that. Don't you two get involved in any big business here without so much as a heads up? At the very least, consider letting me in as a key investor. What do you know about the Knights of Avonius? That bunch of booze-loving monsters? Don't even get me started. As fellow Outlanders, I thought they'd be easy pickings, but somehow every single one of our business negotiations wound up at the flagship. I've done plenty of deals with heavy drinkers before, but those guys, I never once made it to the contract signing before blacking out. I'm getting flashbacks of the hangovers just thinking about it. Well, I mean, in all honesty, you are pretty small stature. So, unfortunately, because of your small stature, you probably don't have that much of a tolerance when it comes to alcohol. But I'll leave it at that. Sooner or later, you'll no doubt end up doing business with other merchants in Nod-Krai, and someone's bound to mention a place called Curatorium of Secrets. Listen to my advice. Do not, under any circumstances, go there, no matter how much trouble you're in. The Curatorium of Secrets? What do they get up to there? Just a place that handles all kinds of disputes, but the owner will charge you an absolute fortune. And she has a temper to match. Nothing like your friendly neighborhood Lord Sangama Bay. You're not saying that to stop your competition from undercutting you, right? Why did that little pipsqueak get so sharp? After I gave them all that info for free just to win them over. What do you mean? Of course not. I'm only thinking of your wallets. I mean, on behalf of your wallets. She panics so easily when she thinks she's losing money. That is one thing I do like about Dory. You're really not convincing anyone, you know. Alright. Business is a cutthroat. Business, I won't argue with that. But I'm not lying about the boss lady. Not only did she make it into my top 3 people not to mess with in Nod-Krai, she's... Oh my god, this is a moment where I really wish I could just say, oh, I'm friends with her, and have her just walk out of my pocket. Feels like you're just bad-mouthing your rival now. Fine, if you don't believe me, go see for yourselves. We might both be from Sumeru, but compared to hers, my conscience is so large. Could possibly fill 3 whole palaces of Alcazar-Zare. But when you realize what I'm saying is true, don't say that good old Sangama Bay didn't warn you.